Hi everyone.
And this week, rather than like Core Web Vitals metrics, Yunus and I prepared an episode today to share with you the page experience improvement and strategy and method. So this is the descriptions our episode. That's a really brilliant team is here, and like if you want to introduce our team, like Roman is our SEO boss, who is currently runs our SEO department. That's a real boss. And Bishra, on the other hand, is our content queen, and she had also very insightful episodes. Like she shared lots of content side in our other episodes. And yeah, like I am Adem, and I just completed 1 year. That's first year in Busra's SEO department, and I am working as a technical SEO executive here. And yeah, that's my annual day. And what about you, Yunus?
And as you see, my name is Yunus, and I'm working with Bostros for the last 6 months. That's it. I think that's all you need to know for now.
All right. And that's actually this part is what we will cover today. And I can start. I will share with you like what happened after page experience algorithm update. And another topic was is my after page experience case study for B2B website. And there's a really long slice I have for my method. Actually, I rename it my method as a DAO method, and you will introduce it here. I will introduce to you, and yeah, my method to improve our Core Web Vitals metrics. And what about
And
you?
I'll be talking about one metric. Actually, is a ranking signal, but not considered too often, an ignored page experience signal, which is accessibility. And what we can do if our page experience and Core Web Vitals metrics can't be enhanced because of some problems.
All right, all right. I think that's a really good topics we will talk today.
Yeah,
So
I'm very excited for your case study.
so let's go. And that's like page experience algorithm update, like was kind of like one of the most talk about events of August. The last days of the August. Uh, that's algorithm update is over, and always like how much will it affect our visibility and our traffics, etc., like such question were on the agenda, like everywhere in the Twitter, on every platform. And currently, like Core Web Vital metrics and the mobile usability and HTTPS reliability issue are now topics of page experience. Now that's actually is a summary for page experience. So, what happened after page experience algorithm update? Like now, like the share of the page experience in the visibility of websites in the results has increased even more. I can really say that that's really for sure, because I had also topic for my B2B like case study. And also what happened after this algorithm update, like different dashboards and insight fields have now been created on the page experience section on Search Console. And one of the other one is search appearance. There's a search appearance section for our rich results. For example, if you implement a FAQ on your web page, it's if you tracking any traffic from rich result, there's a search appearance section there. Now there's a good page experience section there. You can see and you can check your traffic, how many traffic you are tracking with your good page experience. And that's the happened like after the page experience algorithm update. And Yunus, have you watched this TV series before? Because that was kind of popular nowadays.
Is it the Squid Game?
Yeah, that's all right. Like, and I chose just from the first episode, to not give any spoiler. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, actually, that's how I link to the current like this popular topic. this giant doll is kind of returning, and she's saying like red light and green light. You are walking in the red light when it turns green light, and when it turns to the red light, it's everyone stop. If you move, it's shoot you. That's actually what Google did in this page experience algorithm update. If you are like red light, and if you are still in the SERP, that's some bad moments you will see actually from the Google, because actually Google is eliminating these pages has bad experience, and good experience pages are gaining more visibility and traffic after this page experience algorithm update.
Yeah, now I think we can say Core Web Vitals traffic lights are more meaningful, and they're not only about traffic now, they're also related to life and death.
Yeah, like in the old, all right, like in the old days, like everyone was checking the lighthouse, but now Core Web Vitals is more important, because lighthouse metrics is is not important. But after this algorithm update, Google say that that's really important for topic for us. And after this August, and everything is over, like this algorithm is over, and everything changed here. And also it shows us with the dashboards how many percentage or how many traffic or impression you gained with your good experience. That's actually case study, but probably like I will write it for after everything is clear. But I can show you here with with the consultancy like we provided to B2B brand. That is the it was like in the migration phase before the before algorithm update. And this website, like click and impression numbers, grew by around like 50% in August. And in fact, we can say that we escaped like from this giant toy, is turning, and it's a green light for us, and we passed this test from the Google actually. So we smile like that, and like this guy, and like after this update, so we can.
But after the results, of course.
Of course, after the results, not after the algorithm update. So how can we solve this problem, and how can we make any strategy to solve our page experience problem? We can show you now, and because I prepared a presentation for that, and also I put some rules for all these steps. And this is actually rule 0, because it's one of the most important issues is the tools we need to collect this insight for page experience. That's why I put this as the first rule, but it's even rule 0 because it's so important. We use many different tools as possible. Some using some we are using some tools, but they are using same APIs and they are giving same insights. But I think every tools giving different, they are giving different insight, even it's less. But we need to gather as much as insight as possible from these tools, because that's so important for us.
Adem, besides Core Web Vitals, do you also wanna share which other platforms and tools you're using for these tests?
Actually, that's about that. Which tools?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was impatient. Sorry, it's my mistake.
It's not a mistake. Actually, you are looking forward to see this presentation, I think. And first of all, we should see our website from a bird's eye perspective, and you can get a broad overview of our Core Web Vitals metrics by using these tools to get, as I say, bird's eye view and see what's wrong and with which pages, because we can see after this bulk analysis, we can see everything, which page is so bad and which page is good, and etc. etc. That insight is important for us. We can collect data from these tools, and this is tools for page analysis. So like on the other hand, like these tools allow us to analyze them like on a page by page analysis, not on a website basis, and it examines the pages in detail and gives you insight about all metrics, and you need to be focused on more and more for page oriented, not all your website. So if you want to deep into a detail, you need to use these tools, which is like speed curve. I'm using that, for example, so much for cumulative layout shift metrics because its visuality is really, really good. Page speed insights, it gives you like other tools also. It gives you like field data and lab data details and insights. And for example, like web page test, that's for me like more important for to see like load steps for our websites, etc., etc. Like all we need to use all these tools to increase our page experience, to see like to collect data for page experience. So, and rule one was that, and like like the rule we must remember like this: the field data is always more important because lab data comes in standard form and directly from a machine, but the field data comes directly from your users. What I mean, like users are important for us because we are not making SEO for our Google bot. We are making SEO for our users. So because of that, we need some users metrics, and we need to collect data from Chrome user experience report. It means like it shares with you percentage of users, how many users are seeing our pages as a good or poor with this detail. And as John Miller said, lighthouse scores do not affect Google search. It means like lab data scores do not affect your Google search. That's actually our reference here.
Can I interfere here, Adem?
Yeah.
For some sites that don't have Chrome UX reports for new websites or new web pages, how should we consider field data, and how is Google evaluating these data from those new pages or sites?
And there's a grouping in the search console, and sometimes that's a good question because this question asked to John Miller also, and John Miller say that like they are preparing a grouping section, like grouping feature in the search console. And if you are going to the search console and checking your core web vitals, you can see that the pages, they are grouped together, and it means that this page is referring also other pages. So if you increase your field data here, it will also increase another field data for other pages. So actually Google is collecting data just this grouping method.
Mm-hmm. So because there's nothing to be worried about new pages or new websites.
Yeah,
that's a good thing
exactly,
for the
exactly. Yeah, as I mentioned before, that's actually like here field data and lab data. As you've seen in the below, lab data is really, really bad scores here. But if you check to the top, just first contentful page metric is kind of issue is here, but other metrics is very well here. So as I said, field data is more important because it changes our users, which device they are using, and how their internet connection quality, etc., like more detailed, and users are more important for us, not the lab data. But I will say also, I will give an example in which part and in which steps we can use lab data in the other slides. So that's actually like a second rule, and like how can I say that this focus on mobile data as much as possible. It means that if you are solving any problem in the mobile probably you will also solve a problem on the desktop side. What does it mean? Because if you compare like mobile data and desktop data, you can see always mobile data is this performance is less, because like as I said, like that's internet quality, and this is the device differences. So firstly, you need to focus on mobile data, and after that, if you solve any problem, probably you will solve a problem in the desktop side also. So focus on mobile data as much as possible.
Not only for a page experience all the time, focus on mobile.
Yeah, that's the main rule actually. So actually that's the fourth rule. Rule 3, categorizing your pages. And categorize our pages is kind of like categorizing with bad experience, like pages with bad experience. So why? Because like every page structure of most website is kind of similar to each other. I mean, therefore, like when we categorize the structures, when you select and optimize the pages with worst bad experience, like worst performance among these categories, probably like most pages in the category will also be optimized. Actually, that's rule is kind of similar to mobile. If you solve mobile, like pages like mobile data, you will solve the desktop data. Also, in the like, if you categorize our pages, if you solve the worst performance page, like bad experience page, probably you will solve other pages also. So I will show you what kind of categorizing we are doing that. That's actually like group pages, like the same front-end structure. And I give an example here from e-commerce website. The first page, probably like we will be group its homepage alone, because the homepage is usually the page where the website contains the most elements, and that's the long page among our pages. And you should review this page separately. And after that, the structure of the product pages is always the same. Likewise, the structure of the category pages is also similar to each other. Or blog pages where you write your content, and they have also similar structure. Extract and optimize the worst performance among these categories. Probably you will solve other pages problem also, because probably like the worst performance, like worst experience page, it has same problems, but it has also extra problem. So if you solve everything, probably your other projects is also will be solved. And the example on the right was automatically grouped by Search Console, for example. And actually, I replied to you, like Google Search Console is doing this grouping feature for the field data, because they cannot gain they cannot collect data from every pages, because like users need to open these pages. And the word in the URL structure is ürün in Turkish. It means like product, like slash product slash. And you can see all these product pages have almost same metrics here. And if you solve this problem, probably you will solve every problem in other pages which has the same front-end structure. So rule 4, if you have made all this preliminary preparation, like you use the tools like I mentioned about the collect insight from the page you have chosen as much as possible, and fix the problems in software, and optimize the metric here. But here it's always like more useful to proceed a metric basis, because you need to deep detail, and you need to deep detail because you need to examine all pages and with the metrics. That's the important part here. And each tool has very good results. Like for example, in the image, I gave an example in the right section. I analyzed the cumulative layout shift metric using split curve, and by detecting the shift problem through this tool, the software process kind of was started, and this problem was solved. After that, after this optimizing, you can also check the lab data, and like you can see what happened after you optimized these pages. And yeah, that's actually what I said before. Seconds later, like rule 5 is first measure with lab data, then wait for field data. Why it's important for us? And as I said, we made a page analysis in the rule 4. I shared you cumulative layout sheet. So we made the necessary changes in this page, and we have come to the last rule here. And what we can do here, we need to check our lab data first, because in any change, these metrics will give you a message. And maybe you can also make a bulk analysis here again, what I share with you, like in the first slice. If you see any change, like expect to field data, like if you see any change in this lab data, something is solved in the lab data or increase your performance here. So wait to field data. It will be changed within like 28 days. That's the period, because it's collecting user data in the background, and they will give you the result in the percentage, how many users now seeing our pages, like, or loading our pages very well. It will give you a percentage, and whether it affects the user or not, you can collect this data from that. But as I said, like lab data is not important for page experience, but you can use lab data for if you made any optimize on your page for the page speed. So it will give you a message. It will say you, okay, that's performance increased, and then you can wait for the field data, and you can check the user percentage.
So Adem, actually, as it's known, lab data scores, lab data metrics can change time to time, and they can be different than our field data. So if, for example, our field data scores are good, but we have some problems with lab data, what do you prefer? What do you recommend?
As I said, like we can make a bulk analysis for that. For example, as you said, lab data can change because it's just from a computer system. It's just how can I say, like crawl your page, and after that it gives you these metrics. And sometimes it changes because lab data is not stable. So as I said, we can make a bulk analysis for that, and also we can use another tools and for this lab data, because, for example, like GT metrics, not just we can use page speed inside. And yeah, like bulk analysis probably give us like good results here, because it's not just from one page. It will give you all pages. And actually, my method, I didn't add it to my presentation. I'm sorry. My method is here. I'm sometimes creating a Excel table, and I'm putting these metrics there. After that, I made another bulk analysis, and I put the all metrics there also, and comparing. And if I saw all pages are increasing there, and it means that, okay, I'm the right way. But if I say like some pages increasing and some pages decreasing, it means it's not stability, and it's not correct data for me. Yeah, that's my method actually.
Yeah, thanks for the clarification.
So
by the way, does our guests
method
have any questions? Do our guests have any questions?
No, just
Do you have any questions? We can get.
Yeah, Bishra said me don't move, and probably I was shaking my chair. Yeah, that's that's a CLS issue. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
I think it was reference to the game red light and a green light.
All right. Yeah. That's so I misunderstood. Sorry, Bishra. So that's your turn, Yunus.
All right, it came actually quite quick. I was expecting to later. There's a signal in page experience that is mostly ignored. Page experience is, as you know, affected by security, HTTPS protocol, mobile usability, and here accessibility. Accessibility is using interstitial elements or not. If you're using intrusive interstitial elements on your pages, for example, like pop-ups, notifications for coupons, exit notifications, surveys, these actually affect your rankings really bad. Rather than also they affect user experience in visitor side really badly. The interest, not everything is an interest. This word is really hard to pronounce for me. I'm getting
Yeah,
hard times
I
here.
think so. I think so.
Yes. Actually, 1 month ago, Lily Ray, one of the greatest SEOs of recent times, asked a question to John Miller that she is having a problem with indexing, and all the non-indexed pages that she saw were having some interstitial elements, and asked that question if it affects indexing or not. John Miller responded like it doesn't, but in some other hangouts about intrusive interstitials and about page experience, it was also said by some Googlers that intrusive interstitials should not be affecting your indexing unless they appear at the same time the page starts loading. So if you make some delays on loading pop-ups, they will not affect indexing. But if you load them at the same time, it may avoid Google from indexing. And the next one, let's talk about what counts or what doesn't count as interstitial element. For example, if you have a pop-up campaign pop-up like this, a campaign notification like this, it will create a big problem for your page experience. Thank you, Göktürk, by the way. And it affects your rankings poorly, but there are some exceptions. For example, cookies and legal confirmations, such as if you are under 18, you cannot visit this page, or for example, if you need to be a member of, if you need to be a paying subscriber of the material, you can't access. There will be no problem by the eyes of Google. But if you have something like user satisfaction surveys popping up after exit, it will affect your rankings poorly. And size also matters. For that, if the size is small, not a complete layer on the page, it can be fine time to time. We actually don't exactly know how Google sees them, because on Search Console or on any platform, Google doesn't provide any information what is considered to be interstitial element and where is it exactly. So that is why it's kind of a problematic issue.
Yeah, actually, I want to add something here. For example, like legal confirmations, and that's all right. It's not maybe it's about this topic, but for Core Web Vitals, for example, in the European websites, for example, like for instance, for e-commerce website, that's a big problem, because they need some GDPR cookies, like that's the kind of legal confirmation from the European Union. So
Yeah.
that's another topic, like for cumulative layout shift metric. I think I remember it from the Retico e-commerce websites. There was a research from Retico agency, and yeah, that's actually like kind of insight from European websites, e-commerce websites, because they had this legal confirmation, this GDPR cookie policies, but if they don't do it very well, like well optimized for all these metrics, that's a big problem. But yeah, that's another topic from you.
All right. Before going to the other topic, what to do if you cannot enhance page experience? Roman has a question to
Yeah,
both of us. You guys, can you tell us why we people care so much about website speed? How does it affect our experience with
yeah, like
those brands? No matter, just your thoughts.
we can, yeah, like I can answer this question in this way. For example, like Google is not doing this algorithm update just for, they don't say like, or John Miller doesn't say, okay guys, I got bored and we can update something here in this search engine results page, or this algorithm is not working in this way, because they are seeing how they affect the websites and how they affect user experience. And I think page experience is really connected with the conversion rate, and also everything, like in every environment you need to increase. If you are a seller and if you have a store, you need to think user experience. If you are making like if you are a seller in offline store also, like that's actually like you need to focus on user experience. If users are not enjoy on your website or on your store, if this user is not satisfied from your service, it's a problem for your store brand and your website. That's actually in this way, and that's website speed is really connected with the conversion rate and user experience. And because of that, like no one wanna wait in the queue in the supermarket. They need to, yeah, they need to sell their like they need to buy their product as fast as much possible. And I think, yeah, that's we can give lots of examples from the offline side. That's the online side, and no one wanna wait this queue in the website also. Yeah, I connect that. Do you have
Yeah.
any idea for that, or
Yeah, I can add something. Google considers the data that they get from users. Actually, they all the time care about how to improve user experience for websites, and that is why they are giving more importance to core web vitals and other page experience metrics. And this is why people are more worried about website speed now. Is I think we are just living in the times of rush. We rush to everywhere. We rush for everything, and this is why Google does what it gets from the people.
we are living in Istanbul, huh? We need to be fast.
Of course, yes.
And another question, I think, like the last question. After that, we can keep going with our slides. Actually, it's connected with the last slide also. Yeah, Yunus, this question. Like
Actually, it's
software
not.
language.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
That's kind of connected, because, like as Göktürk is mentioned here, some software language and or CMS types, because all websites is not well optimized for like in the backend. You can say like the software developer, hey, can we change that? Probably he will reply you, I need to check the backend situation, because okay, as SEOs we can see like the front end is oh yeah, we can change this here, etc. But in the backend, that's a lot of complex situation there. So yeah, that sometimes in some software language and or some CMS, it's not possible.
Yes,
So
because of them, you may not make some applications regarding page speed and core web vitals issues. But why? Because the client, for example, works with CMS, and infrastructure, of course, is developed for any kind of client, not for a special one. That is why they need to have some limits. They need to add some tracking codes. They need to add some special JavaScript and CSS for their styling and other things like that. That is why you may not be able to make all the changes anytime. That is why page experience scores may stay little. But for that, as we always say, Adem,
Yeah,
content is the king here.
yeah, that's the what I say. It's with connection between this question. So
Yes.
let's go.
As we explained just a few seconds ago, one of our clients had a problem with their providers' infrastructures. They were not able to make some changes. They were not able to make some space reserving optimizations. Because they cannot make it one by one manually, so it will be really big problem for them. And it will take a lot of time, and it will not be good for cost and efficiency. So they were not able to make a lot of changes regarding page experience, but also getting an inspiration from our mentor Bishra. She actually also had some experiences like that, and you can see her. You can see her case study on our website. She just released it. Yeah, we decided to create a content strategy. We first published our content on October the 4th. And in that time, we only 77 keywords in top 100, but those were with mostly low scores, not in top 20, not in top 10. Just after 9 days, we released 2 pieces of content on our blog, brand new blog. We just added 8 keywords on top 10, and also some other new keywords. Some of them are with good volume. For example, one of them comes with 20,000. Not all of them has a lot of volume, but we just focus on what we can do right now. We are just trying our best, and there are only 2 blog posts on the page, and these are the results that you can see. So as we improve our blog pages, as we add new content, we can just surpass the problem that we cannot enhance core web vitals and other page speed problems. That's it from me for today. Adem, do you want to add anything?
As you mentioned before, that sometimes we cannot solve every issues for from CMS or software language or some another problems. So content is our Superman here to save us. And yeah, that's actually a good example from you and good case. So thank you, Yunus. That's really good.
Thank you.
Oh, that's the last minutes of this episode. And if you wanna see any emails or this kind of insightful mails newsletter from us, you can join. You can subscribe here from this link, and we can keep in touch with you all week. And you can take all insightful news from us and from our blog posts or etc. In all related with SEO. So thank you for everything, and thank you for listening. So that's all from us. Thank you for being with us, and don't forget that you are out of this world. So bye-bye. See you later. See you in the next episode.